The adventure begins with our clueless but curious stickman floating in space, spinning around like a lost balloon. He stares at the glowing sun and whispers without words, just wide eyes and goofy gestures. It's like the ultimate playground, except every direction looks the same and gravity doesn't care about him. His tiny stick arms flail as he decides, let's visit the whole solar system. And so the epic dumb but dreamy journey begins. He drifts toward the sun first, blazing brighter and scarier the closer he gets. His stick body starts to sweat cartoonishly, like melting black ink. He waves frantically, trying to fan himself, but it only makes him spin faster. The closer he gets, the more dramatic his face becomes. Eyes bulging, tongue sticking out, hair literally catching fire. Just before he's roasted like a burnt marshmallow, he flings himself away, tumbling toward the planets. Mercury comes next, small but sizzling hot. Our stickman lands dramatically, only to hop around like he's standing on a frying pan. His feet start to smoke, and his goofy grimace makes it clear this place is not built for vacations. He tries to hide under a pebble the size of his head, but even the rock looks like it's cooking. One exaggerated jump later, he launches himself off the planet, leaving behind cartoon steam trails. Venus greets him with thick yellow clouds and a surface that looks suspiciously like an oven. Stickman arrives, tries to take a deep sniff of the air, and instantly gags. The atmosphere slaps him in the face with a wave of toxic gas, making his eyes water in over-the-top streams like a busted faucet. He staggers dramatically, waving his stick arms like a mime drowning in soup, before deciding this place is just too spicy for survival. Mars is next, the red, dusty neighbor. Stickman lands, stumbles into a sandstorm, and instantly becomes a walking sand sculpture. His body disappears under the dust, leaving only his stick eyes poking out. He tries to draw a silly smiley face on the ground with his finger, but the wind erases it instantly. After struggling to stand, he finds a rock shaped like a chair, sits down dramatically, and sighs like an exhausted tourist. Jupiter looms into view, giant and intimidating. Stickman approaches the swirling storms with a mix of terror and awe. He gets sucked into the great red spot like a stick-shaped noodle being slurped by space. Inside the storm, his body spins in all directions, arms stretched like spaghetti. He finally pops out of the vortex with dizzy spirals for eyes, flopping into space like a stickman-shaped frisbee. Saturn looks much friendlier, with its beautiful rings shimmering in the dark. Stickman lands gracefully on one of the rings, sliding like it's a cosmic skateboard. He rides around the planet, doing exaggerated stick tricks, throwing thumbs up to nobody. But then reality hits. The ice chunks in the ring start crashing into each other, sending him flying like a rag doll. He clings onto a tiny ice rock, spinning out of control while screaming silently. Uranus is next, tilted sideways like it's pulling a cosmic prank. Stickman tumbles onto its icy surface, slipping instantly like a cartoon on banana peels. He tries to stand tall, but every step sends him crashing onto his stick face. At one point, he slides so far, he accidentally creates a snow angel with his stick arms and legs. The absurdity of him trying to explore seriously here turns into slapstick comedy at its best. Neptune welcomes him with ferocious winds, blasting his skinning stick body like a flag caught in a hurricane. His spiky hair points straight back as his face flaps comically in the gust. He tries to take one step forward, but ends up flying backward faster than he came. He grabs onto a rock, clings desperately, and immediately regrets it when the rock itself blows away with him still holding on. Just when he thinks he's done, a tiny icy ball catches his attention. Pluto! It may not be a planet anymore, but for Stickman, it's the ultimate underdog destination. He lands proudly, arms on hips, with a smug grin as if he's conquered something special. Then he looks around. Nothing but endless ice and darkness. His proud pose deflates instantly, turning into a shivering, goofy stick curl. From Pluto, he gazes back at the glowing solar system, all the planets lined up like a string of chaotic playgrounds he just survived. He waves to each one dramatically, blowing exaggerated cartoon kisses to Mars and flipping mock anger toward Venus for nearly killing him. Despite being frozen stiff, he smiles proudly, his stick chest puffed out with cartoon confidence. He actually made it through the entire solar system. But then his stomach growls loudly, echoing in the emptiness of space. His face turns pale white like chalk as he realizes he never packed snacks for this trip. In panic, he searches Pluto for food, lifting ice rocks and sniffing at frozen dust. His silly desperation grows until he finds a small ice crystal and pretends to eat it, instantly freezing his tongue. He flails dramatically, tongue stuck out like a frozen popsicle. In a moment of slapstick brilliance, he tries to light a campfire on Pluto using cartoon matches. The fire sputters, flickers, and then blows out instantly in the frozen vacuum. He sits by the tiny failed fire, shoulders slumped, looking like the loneliest stickman in the universe. Still, he manages to draw a goofy smiley face on the icy ground to keep himself company. Finally, a passing comet swoops by like a cosmic taxi. Stickman jumps on board, clinging on to its icy tail like a surfer riding a frozen wave. His goofy grin returns as he waves goodbye to the solar system, eyes wide with relief and pride. The comet carries him back towards the stars, leaving behind the chaos, disasters, and ridiculous moments that defined his journey. The adventure ends not with victory, but with pure stickman stubbornness. Despite every planet trying to roast, freeze, crush, or blow him away, he never gave up. In his clumsy, comedic way, he explored the solar system like no one else ever could. And as he drifts off into the stars, we know one thing for sure. This stickman will always find new chaos to stumble into.